Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to recap some of the trade deadline moves. Don't expect me to talk a whole bunch about the Giants because they're going to be getting their own separate video. And I will be talking about the Clinton Dix trade, but the Packers are also getting their own video, so no Ty Montgomery here. But we're going to kick things off, and we're going to recap the Denver Broncos trade with the Houston Texans. The Broncos gave up Demaryius Thomas and a 7th round pick for the Texans' 4th round pick. It might have been a swap for 7s. I don't remember that exactly. But anyways, it's 7th round picks. Special teamers at best. So what we're looking at here is the 4th and, of course, Demaryius Thomas, the player trade involved in the trade. And you look at it on paper, it's a good trade for the Texans. I mean, a 4th round pick for consecutive years of 1,000 yard receiving. That's great. But you also have to figure out a couple of those years he had Peyton Manning. So really, it's the recent years, and I'm more impressed with his 2017 year. He had sloppy quarterback play throughout the entire year, still put up 949 yards, had 83 receptions, but had 141 targets. And they unfortunately do not show all of his drops. The biggest issue with Demaryius Thomas, he drops the ball a lot. And he's a great player. He's got that ability to stretch the field, which is why the Texans kind of had to make a move for him after they lost Will Fuller. But you got to wonder, is he really worth it in general? And here's another thing I want to talk about, his contract. They get another year of team control. Another year at $14 million. Now, the reason why the Texans can accept that, Deshaun Watson's still in his rookie deal. That's the only reason they can accept that, because if he had to get a new contract, no way they do this deal. 30-year-old wide receiver going to be paid $14 million at 31. No way they get this deal done. But right now, you look at it, they can afford it, and he's worth a 4th round pick. I would say he's worth a 4th round pick. I expect to see his receptions go up, playing on the opposite side of DeAndre Hopkins. Probably will get a bit more single coverage, and he's got a better quarterback throwing him. And the thing is about this Texans trade, if I were them, I would not necessarily gone for a wide receiver. I get losing Will Fuller is huge. I would have looked at an offensive lineman. That's what I would have done. Deshaun Watson's been getting killed. And you really need some help to protect him in your future. I mean, Demaryius Thomas, he's going to be a splash move for the next 2 years, but you should have looked at your future. Overall, I'm going to grade this trade in the middle. I feel like the Broncos could have got a 3rd round pick, perhaps, but teams just weren't interested in it due to his value getting tanked. So you got a 4th round pick instead. While the Texans, on the other hand, I feel like they could have made a better move. And I think they could have acquired someone else. I feel like they could have acquired an offensive lineman to help improve their team more. This is improving their team, but not enough for me to say they outright won. Middle for both of them. Up next, Golden Tate. Now, Golden Tate, versatile player. He can catch the ball. He can return punts, and you can give the ball to him in the backfield. He's also got some passing stats, but let's be honest, those really aren't the biggest things. Now, he's a good receiver. If you get him the ball, he's going to catch it. He's got very sure hands. It just depends how accurate you throw. When you got a quarterback like Carson Wentz, you can throw the ball very accurately. And with what he does is he helps them out. Nelson Aguilar is a straight runner. He's not really the best route runner. Alshon Jeffries is a jump ball receiver. Golden Tate's a route runner. He runs his routes, he gets them done, and he catches the ball. You give someone like that to Carson Wentz, it's going to be a big explosion plays. I like the deal overall, only giving up a 3rd. And don't get me wrong, a 3rd is good for Golden Tate, especially the fact he's got 1 year left on their deal, and I don't think they were going to get a compensatory pick, at least a 3rd round compensatory pick. I feel like the Lions got really good value there. And it wonders, what are the Lions doing for the rest of the year? Are they tanking? They just acquired Snacks Harrison, but they just traded away Golden Tate. I think the Lions are fine. Again, I'm going to say this trade split down the middle. And the reason why I'm saying split, even though Golden Tate's going to help the Eagles and make them a good run for the playoffs, I don't think the Lions are that hurt. They still have Kenny Galladay, who I really like as a young receiver, and Marvin Jones. I feel like this was a good move for both teams. And unlike the Texans-Broncos, where I feel like both of them could have done better, I think these two teams did exactly the right move here. I feel like the Lions got good value for him, and I feel like the Eagles gave up the right value for him. I think both teams won this deal. That's why I'm saying split. And you only have to pay $3 million for the Eagles. $3 million left on his contract, and you can re-sign him. Obviously, they'll have issues with that with Carson Wentz's contract coming up in a couple years. But you have that ability to keep him around if you want him to. And if not, it's just a third-round pick. You can let him go. And if you have another run at the Super Bowl, it's well worth it, in my opinion. I would say the trade is split down the middle. If I had to make an argument one team won, I would say the Eagles, mostly because I feel like they're a better shoe-in for the playoffs. Now, the Amari Cooper deal. This has been the deal that everyone's been talking about. And I talked with someone about this, and he had some very good points. If the Cowboys get him to have 100 yards receiving in a game, you've got to slot a safety over to Cooper's side. You're going to have to unload the box, and you're going to free up Ezekiel Elliott, and then you can run off play action. The Cowboys made a very good deal here, but the problem is, where is that first-round pick going to be? We can't really judge this trade that much because it's a first-round pick. Right now, you're going to have to give the edge to the Cowboys because we know what they're getting. But maybe the Raiders get their next elite pass rusher. Maybe they get the next elite receiver. Who knows? But you look at this, right now, Cowboys win it. He's a good receiver. He has got some drops. But his first 2 years in the league, both 1,000-yard receiving. He struggled this year. Only 31 targets, 22 receptions. That's not good. 280 receiving yards. Again, not good. But you think about this. Raiders' offensive line has not been good this year. Derek Carr has been getting smothered. Cowboys, much better offensive line than the Raiders. They've had some injuries, but it's still better overall, I would say. Second of all, Cowboys can run the ball. For this upcoming game, Amari Cooper might get man-to-man coverage. You throw it deep a couple times. Boom. Opens up the entire field for them to run their offense. You can use Cole Beasley in the slot, and Allen Hurns on the other side, who is not a bad receiver in himself. You also have a nice rookie in Michael Gallup. I feel like this trade right now goes to the Cowboys' edge. Currently, Cowboys win with a chance for the Raiders to win it if they make the right pick. And one of the things why I am pro-Cowboys in this, you get the rest of the 2018 season under control, and you have next year as well. The Raiders picked up his fifth-year option, so they have one more year of control of him. That is huge. And then you look at it in general. You can re-sign him after that. After you know if Dak Prescott is the guy, you got to sign Zeke, you got to sign DeMarcus Lawrence, and you're going to have Smith in a couple years. Leighton Vander Esch, if he keeps on improving, which I think he will, he'll be a big part of that Cowboys defense. Cowboys going to have a lot of contract hold up, and right now you need to know if Dak's worth it. This trade helps prove if Dak is worth the big-time money. Overall, slight edge to the Cowboys, with the future to go over to the Raiders, or even push more towards the Cowboys. Now, Dante Fowler Jr. See, this trade, I didn't like it first. I thought Rams won hands down. I thought about it. He hasn't been what everyone expected him to be coming out of Florida. And I liked him coming out of Florida. I thought he would be a Pro Bowler. I thought he had a shot to be an All-Pro. But he just hasn't reached that. And he gets to play along some great defensive linemen. He's got Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh, and Michael Brockers. Got three good defensive linemen there. If the Rams are to keep him, they are getting rid of Ndamukong Suh, which, in all honesty, makes perfect sense. Suh, not the best locker room guy, especially with reports coming out of Miami. Also older, you get younger. It's a good overall move. But then you also think of the Jaguars. They weren't planning on keeping him. At most, you're going to get a third-round pick in compensatory. They also got a fifth. So they got more value for him by trading him here than they would letting him walk as a free agent. Overall, I need to see more from this trade to pick a side. Because I feel like the Jaguars, they're struggling right now. And this could have been a locker room shake-up move. I feel like Jags still have a shot to make a run at their division. And everyone is saying the Rams have it locked up. Not necessarily. Not yet. Win this weekend, you convince me, but not yet. These next 3 games are huge for the Rams. That's why they added Fowler. They need another defensive guy because people have proven they're beatable. Their weakness secondary, their rush defense has not been the best since Seattle. I mean, Seattle helped prove their weaknesses. Packers almost beat them if it wasn't for a Ty Montgomery fumble. I feel like this was maybe we need to make this move or no Super Bowl this year. You look at his contract. The Jags declined his 5th-year player option. They declined it. The Rams cannot accept it now. The deadline has passed. He will be not restricted, an unrestricted free agent in this upcoming year. So, who wins a trade? Right now, I say Jacksonville. I think they had better value. I think they were smart in their moves. And I feel like they shaked up their locker room for the right way to prove no one's untouchable. No one. And let's not forget, he's had some issues in that locker room to start off the year. Coughlin already yelled at him. It was not going good. I feel like it was the right move. And the final deal we're going to talk about, Clinton Dix to the Redskins. And the reason why I saved this one for last, because I love this move. I absolutely love it for the Redskins. This Redskins defense has been awesome this year. They have been fun to watch. They have been nasty. They've been gritty. They have, in my opinion, the defensive rookie of the year in Daron Payne. And now you add someone in the back like Clinton Dix, a ball hawk, a guy who goes after the football. He's got that ability to track the ball in air very well. He knows how to make tackles. He's a good player. You also have DJ Swearinger back there, so you have a good safety tandem. This is a team that needs to win games relying on their defense and rushing attack. I love Alex Smith, but he's struggling this year. You need to win games relying on Adrian Peterson and good defensive play. Adding Clinton Dix, if you can take away time possession from the other team and you control it, you're forcing the pass, and you got a ball-hawking safety. It's a great move on the Redskins' part for only giving up a 4th-round pick. And the Packers. Where does this lead the Packers? They have 2 first-round picks in the upcoming draft. They added a 4th, and they got a 7th in 2020. But you know they're not going to be bad enough to have a top 10 pick with Aaron Rodgers. This is a move that I've been scratching my head. Why would the Packers do it? And the only reason I can explain it is he wasn't going to resign there. He was not going to resign. He wants out of Green Bay, and he wants to go to a winner. And my immediate thought is, why not franchise him? They're paying Aaron Rodgers so much money. They're paying Devontae Adams some money. They're paying Jimmy Graham some money. And they need to get younger. They need to get better on defense. You need the draft picks right now. And in my opinion, they are the worst team in the NFC North. They are the worst team. And I think they will be in 4th place in the NFC North at the end of the year. But we'll get into that later. I want to talk more about Clinton Dix, a guy who has been great for them. $3 million for Clinton Dix. That is good. And you also look at the dead cap hit on the Packers for the rest of the year. Overall, I feel like the Redskins won this deal. And if they can keep him, they win it even more. Overall, I would say the biggest winners is the NFC East. And if I had to pick one particular team, I would say the Cowboys. And the reason why I'm saying the Cowboys, they might have improved their entire offense instead of one position. Redskins improved that safety position. Eagles improved that wide receiver position. Cowboys might have improved their entire offense. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the fact they had to give up a 1st-round pick. If they are a top 10, not worth it. If they are close to the playoffs, completely worth it. If you look at it, they get him back next year. 100% win for the Cowboys. And we're going to end it here. Come tune in Sunday morning. I'll be doing game previews. I'll be taking my picks for the games, and I'll be giving you the Vegas spread. So come join me then. But until then, everyone, enjoy your sports weekend.